Ever since the official reveal of the Nintendo Switch, it has been having leaks with a fair amount of regularity. And of course, previous to the Switch's reveal, we had a ton of leaks and rumours about what was then known as the NX. Now, while a lot of these rumours and leaks and so on came from a lot of different places, there was one consistent source throughout it all, and that was Laura Kate Dale from letsplayvideogames.com. And she recently took part in a Reddit AMA where she revealed plenty of interesting tidbits about the Nintendo Switch. Now, of course, I will include the Reddit thread in the description below this video, but I'm going to go through what I would consider the highlights of this AMA. Now, of course, we don't yet know the specs of the machine, but we've heard, of course, a lot of rumours about the GPU and CPU clock speeds. However, Laura might be assuaging some concerns with some of these comments here, as she said that the devs kits sent back in October are more powerful than the ones being sent during the summer, and apparently it's the dev kit that was sent out in the summer that a lot of these spec rumours are based. So basically, because the October dev kit is more powerful, perhaps we shouldn't be as concerned about the recent rumours. Now, of course, take everything here with a pinch of salt. Laura herself says, always be skeptical when it comes to leaks. Any number of people in the chain could be misinformed or what have you. So, she says, quote, like pretty much every game console, the Switch has gone through multiple dev kit iterations. There was one floating around in July a lot of info and specs have been based on. Another one out of bigger devs in October. Some bigger indies are still working from the July dev kits. The Oct kit is more powerful overall than the July dev kit. And apparently she has also gotten a peek at some demo units, and apparently they don't have an Ethernet port, whereas the dev kits do. So if you want to have a wired connection rather than relying on Wi-Fi, which plenty of people do, you will have to purchase an external dongle. And she writes, quote, dev kits have Ethernet, press event and public hands-on demo units do not. Not sure if that matches retail. If the press event units are anything to go on, you'll need a USB to Ethernet dongle again. Now, she was also asked in the thread about the price tag and some rumours on Breath of the Wild and a few other bits. Now, she is hearing through her sources, and again, nothing official here, that the entry point for the Switch is £200-ish. And the March 17th release date in the UK, and apparently it's going to be the same week for North America and Japan, and it's still going to be region free according to her sources. And sadly, she is still hearing through her sources again that Breath of the Wild will not be making the Nintendo Switch's launch, which again, as far as she knows, is going to be March 17th. Now, while that's disappointing, it's not really surprising. It lines up with what we've heard previously, and obviously we all hope it's not the case. We'd all love for Breath of the Wild to be a launch title for the Switch, but again, these are all unconfirmed, but that does seem to be a common rumour that Breath of the Wild will not be making the launch. Now, one last thing that I want to wrap up with on this particular video is that she revealed that the Nintendo Switch will have additional docks made available after launch that will be relatively cheap. And she wrote, quote, at launch, no additional docks. Sometime after launch, there will be extra docks. Docks are designed to be relatively cheap and affordable, so having 2 to 3 in a house shouldn't break the bank. This is based on sources. I have not heard anything about the headrest. I doubt it'll be launch day. I don't have sources on this. This is speculation. So basically, you might ask, well, what's the point? Well, let's say you have a couple of TVs in your house. Instead of having to, say, lug the dock from TV to TV, you would just have a dock-only sort of unit, and hopefully they make it clear in the packaging that, you know, it's not enough to play games, because you know that might possibly happen, where some, you know, obviously gets mixed up or what have you. But regardless of that, you would then have the second dock on your second TV, and you literally just take the tablet, which is obviously the brain of the actual unit, from dock to dock, rather than having to take the whole thing from TV to TV. Now, as long as it is relatively cheap, why not? That sounds like a handy piece of hardware to have if you have a setup such as that, which I'm sure many people do. You can perhaps have a TV in your bedroom, and then one in the living room, or even one in the dining room, something like that. So yeah, some interesting stuff from this AMA. I very much like that she's saying that these dev kits that are being sent in October that are more powerful. Because if the rumours that we've been hearing recently are all based on the slightly less powerful ones that were sent out earlier in the year, then I'm a little less concerned. I'm still a little bit concerned, because even if it's more powerful than that, it still is, we're still looking at, not amazingly powerful machine, even if it is more powerful than what we've previously heard, because obviously it's not going to make a huge jump in that short space of time, but it still is assuaging at least some concerns. But of course, we are going to have to wait until the presentation, but thankfully it's shortly ahead, on January the 13th, if I recall correctly, so it's not going to be too long of a wait to find out exactly how accurate these price speculations, spec speculations, and everything else are. As I said, the AMA will be linked in the description for this video. There's a bunch of questions that I haven't touched on here, so do give it a read if you're at all interested in everything else that Laura had to say. But again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.